What's something that you learned recently from dating? Or are you dating anybody?
I'm not dating anyone right now.
Okay.
No.
Are you dating around?
I mean, I'm on like the apps, but
Totally.
I'm not like dating. I haven't gone on a date in a few months. Yeah.
Okay. Focusing on yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dating in LA, I feel like is a little bit different than dating in other spaces that I've dated. And of course, dating in the gay world is much different too. But I like dating because so many of my friends I've met through like going on a first date with. And so even if
Really?
Yeah, because like you just friend zone each other after like 3 dates usually.
And then you guys are friends.
Yeah, and you've like hooked up, and so the sexual tension's gone, and now you're like able to be like friends and like sleep in the same bed, and it's fine.
That's inspiring to me because I don't think I've ever become friends with anybody I've ever been on even a first date with.
Really? I'm salty sometimes, and I'm like,
Totally.
You friend zone me.
How dare
you?
you?
Now. Like, how dare you? And then they like complain to me about like how they are gonna die alone, and I'm like, I don't want to hear this.
Because I could have been the one.
You decided to friend zone
Yeah,
me.
exactly. Well, first of all, I am the one.
Yeah,
I'm always the one.
But it makes it nice, like going into a date. It's like, oh, like I'm probably just gonna make a friend.
Maybe I should do that. Also, the kind of people I go on dates with, like I don't think I would be friends with them, which is, now that I'm saying that out loud, is a little problematic. I probably should.
Then why? What is the motive? What is the motive, Paige?
Sex.
If I don't see their then why do I want to be friends with them?
Well, literally, that's like what I've always said.
I haven't dated actually in that many places. Yeah, I dated on the college campus, which
is a different thing completely in itself.
But it was amazing because I was a college cheerleader at, like I went to the University of Georgia, and like that would have been the equivalent of being like the quarterback. So it was actually like phenomenal. I tried poppers for the first time.
Tell me about it.
And I thought I was having a heart attack because your heart like goes like.
Oh, I've done poppers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I actually do not have bad rapport with anyone I've ever gone on a date with, like, because I've never been in a true relationship.
Oh, you've never been in a real relationship.
Yeah, it's turning into therapy. Ooh.
And why do you think that you're
no,
not
hold on. Let's ask you some questions. So, what was your worst date?
We went bowling. And that was really bad because I hate bowling.
I hate bowling.
I hate
bowling.
Especially when you're on a first date. If they take it too seriously, get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
You have to leave right now.
It's like he like puts up the gutters, then you have to leave him.
But we went bowling, and because we went bowling, and I hate bowling, I got fucking hammered, obviously.
Well, as one does.
As one does. And then we went back to his apartment, and we had sex in the daylight, which is crazy.
In the daylight. Goodness, that's what like married people do.
It was crazy. And then we dated for like 8 months after that, and then it got weird. But
oh wow.
Yeah.
It didn't get weird at the start.
Well, you know, here's the thing: is
I didn't see it.
I just didn't see it. Well, I didn't want to.
Do you like older men?
I do.
I do too.
Do you?
Yeah, yeah.
I love them.
I love them.
I do like older men. However, a lot of the guys that I've been seeing that are older than me are shorter than me.
What do you do?
I don't know. And one thing about me is I don't know.
The difference between dating an older short man versus like an older 6'4" daddy, like night and day.
I know. A week ago or something, I met this guy who is like 1 year younger than me, which for me is too young.
You're a cougar.
Yeah, absolutely. Rar. But he's so tall and he's so hot, and I'm like, I feel like I can like see past the 1 year because he can be the big spoon, whereas like the other guys simply try and cannot.
No, and here's a question though: if you're in a spoon situation, you have the choice of like, do you fit in the crotch area where your butt is on their, but then they're like, their head is in your neck, or do you position it here where their is on your back?
On butt.
You see what? On butt.
Yeah.
So on butt, because that is why. After all, that is why we're spooning.
It's weird because I'm on the apps and I'll meet up with somebody like surprised that they're like my height or like shorter. Although they've said it on the app, I just don't look. I feel like that's something I should start looking at.
Like my height is like, it's not something to flex on. I'm 5'10", but I'm not short. I'm average.
No, you're totally not short at all. I mean, you're taller than me.
But
I would love a 5'10" kid.
I wouldn't like lead with my height ever.
What would you lead with, do you think?
My personality?
I would probably go my boobs.
You do have nice.
Thank you. They're fake. That's why.
Really?
I love plastic surgery. I famously do. I think it does get dark when, I mean, obviously, plastic surgery can get very dark. It's so insane because my biggest insecurity growing up was not having boobs. And overnight, my least favorite part of my body became my favorite part of my body. And that is just such a mind. It's crazy. Has anything crazy happened to you while you were hooking up with somebody?
Crazy unfortunate? Yeah, unfortunately.
Tell me about it.
You want to know? Okay, great. I was hooking up in the Hamptons, and I was working there for 4 months, and I was hooking up with these daddies, an open relationship couple, but like one-on, like different. No, it wasn't a threesome.
We would, like, separate. Got it.
Like beautiful bed, white linen sheets, and it was the first time I ever douched. I'd never had like an
accident. Yeah.
And so then I like tried douching, but I didn't watch like a YouTube tutorial. I just like,
You just went for it. Absolutely.
Mid hookup, I thought I had everything out of me. And the unfortunate thing is like, it's one thing if you have a catastrophe if it's solid. It basically makes it diarrhea. And it was like projectile on him. It was doggy style, if you will. That was kind of it. And then we were gonna switch positions, and so we pulled it, and then it was. So in my head, I'm like, I'll call my Uber. But I was so flattered because I went to go shower, and I come back into the room, and he stripped the bed, laid down a towel, and he's like, let's go. And I'm like, you still?
That's so nice. You said he was older too, so I'm sure he's like had his experience.
Oh,
like
yes.
that's what I love about older men.
That was not his first time.
Yeah. Could you imagine doing that with somebody that like was like a virgin or something? That would be insane.
If I did that to a virgin, I would convert them to being straight. Positive. They should do that for conversion therapy.
They should.
We need to keep that secret.
Something a little bit like that happened to me a little bit. So my hour before ritual, before hooking up with a guy, I take a bath. I do like an everything bath and then shower. When I take a bath, I like to like kind of like lay down or like lay down. Sometimes water gets into my vagina.
Vagina.
Yeah, my vagina. I hate the word vagina, by the way.
How do you think I feel?
Yeah.
By the way.
I also don't like either. Water got my like that feels like weird. You know what I mean? We'll go with vagina, I guess. Sometimes it stays up there, and if I like going through the day or something, if I like sneeze, water will just like fall out.
From the bath?
From the bath. It'll like I'll get out, and for some reason I have like a pocket of like water in my vagina. And so when I sneeze, sometimes it'll like come out, and I'll be like, did I start my period? Oh no, it's just bath water. And then one time I was hooking up with a guy. He went to and bath water came out. And he was like, you're so wet.
Yeah, I bet he told his friends, like, man, I made that so wet. I was drowning in that.
He's watching this right now.
Did you tell him?
No, never.
Oh, so he actually told his friends.